It is the Dining at Disney podcast, your ultimate source for a delicious discussion about Walt Disney World and Disneyland. And today with me, I have a very special guest.
Hello, I'm Aljon from WDW Tiki Room and on Sorcerer Radio, and I am a huge Dining at Disney fan. And also, as you can tell, love Halloween. Love that. So looking forward to talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
And we attended the opening night, which was Friday, August 17th. We were there as media and got to check out all of the cool new things that are going on. We got some trick-or-treating in, which is always fun. And so let's dive into it.
All right. So we got to the park. And I guess you should take the steering wheel on this. You drive the show.
Okay,
so
I can drive.
I'll chime in. You drive the
show.
Usually, on Tiki Room, I drive the show, but now it's your show, so you should drive the show.
Okay. So we got to the park about 6 o'clock after check-in, and everybody was just divided into small groups to check everything out. And that way you could get the best experience possible with getting to check out the food and the merchandise and getting to talk to different Disney Parks cast members that are involved in all of this planning. So we got a chance to do all of that. Everything kicked off at 7 o'clock, which is what time Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party goes on.
Yes, you should tell them that the media event coincided with the very first party.
Yes.
And so the media, as you said, was divided into groups so that they could cover various sections that they had, different stations that they had, so we could go around and everybody get a chance to cover certain aspects of the party, which is new. That's the reason why you were invited to begin with, because there's actually new stuff going on this year and that all those attendees are going to be able to check out. So they're there, they're sweaty, it's hot, they have their costumes on. We're kind of Disney bounded ourselves because you dressed up like Snow White.
I did.
Thanks to that Disney store there, Disney Springs.
Disney style,
which is
I went in there.
Store. I was wearing my my X-wing pilot Star Wars Luke Skywalker shirt, so it's got that super silk screen graphic.
The really heavy,
the little ventilator, the little air breathing system. And it was super hot, so we were just sweating. And we saw a bunch of Disney podcasters and Disney YouTubers there that were also sweaty because it was so hot.
Well, I picked up as you mentioned, the Snow White shirt that they have there, as well as the Snow White headband, which is pretty awesome, I must say. With my hair being the length it is, and Snow White has dark hair. She has brown eyes. I'm not pale like Snow White, but you know what you're gonna do about that. You work with what you got.
Right. That's another know before you go situation, which we can hopefully cover at the end of the show, but we can get into all the new things to talk about. So we're there. We are, I guess, in the right past Casey's Corner in the little garden area that they have. And there they have Mickey and Minnie in their Halloween costumes greeting the press, and Goofy doing his Goofy dancing to all the pop songs, the Halloween pop songs that they have playing there at the party. It was pretty loud, actually, because in the hub where we were at, all the speakers are, of course, pointing inward. They want everybody to come in through Main Street, which was all decked out in Halloween, which we love. Now, this is not our first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. How many times have we gone, Kristen?
At least 5 that we could remember. It could be 6. Mm-hmm. But off the top of our head, it's 5.
Now, after the first one that we went to way back in, what? Was it 2011?
No, it was before then. It was like maybe 2009, something like that.
Yeah, it was like yeah, you're right. It was way before that. And we had such a great time at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It was awesome. And we loved the music and the fireworks, the parade, and all the characters because we are character hunters. We love to get our picture taken with the characters typically, and man, it didn't let us down. But subsequent times we've gone has been rained out almost, and completely just crazy. So this time out, we're blessed. Thank you, the knock on wood there, that it was hot, but it cooled down and it didn't rain.
That's true. And not having rain is like amazing, you know. So we started off checking out the different things there. They also had the merchandise. So Stephen Miller, you may recognize his name from the Disney Parks blog. He's on there as a writer. He is the merchandise communications manager for the Disney parks. And he was there to talk about the merchandise, what's new, how some of the they have the costume shirts for Hocus Pocus. So if you're a fan of that movie, they have those. And he talked about how they worked on creating those shirts to look like the costumes of the characters from the movie.
Yeah, the Sanderson sisters. And they're completely sublimated. So when you see them, it's not like a silk screen like this particular shirt. It's not silk screened on. You can't feel the type of paint. You can't feel that at all. It's sublimated. So it's dye. I guess it's impressed dye that they use on there. And wow. And now it's not the first time they've had the Sandersons shirts available, the dress shirts. They look like the dresses, but they look very cool. Now, did you have a particular piece of merchandise? Because they had pass holder only pins, pass holder only shirts. They had tote bags. They have multiple shirts, spirit jerseys. What else do they have? Pins, lanyards. They've got
the little brew mug.
Oh, the brew mug. Yeah, super neat. So if you had the ability here on this particular show, which I don't think you do, but you can't do like a screen share, but we can maybe show some video of that on your Facebook page. In fact, we did a interview that was also live on WDW Tiki Room, which they can check out too. And I will cut in that audio in the audio version of this podcast. So that's super neat. But,
Yeah.
You'll have copies of that there on uploaded to your Facebook page soon. Our cat is looking at all of our tasty candy
No candy for you, Kate. No candy for you. You did not go trick or treating.
No. You don't deserve it. Oh, Lord,
we also heard from one of the Disney chefs about the different desserts that they have this year, the little sweet treats that you can find throughout the park. In a little bit, we'll kind of get into that. I have one of the maps I can tell you where you can find all those delicious treats. Also new this year, which we really enjoyed, was the changes that they had to some of the attractions. They had 3 attractions this year that they added a little something extra to that you don't experience during the day. And that was, you could go on Pirates of the Caribbean. And through the queue, they had interactive pirates. So like people that you can interact with. And then you had Gunpowder Pete, who is looking to steal your loot.
Yeah, he's looking for Jack Sparrow's loot. He says, if I get a chance to steal Jack Sparrow's loot, I'm gonna get it. And Jack Sparrow's gonna have to try to catch me because he's super fast. That Gunpowder Pete, you gotta watch out for that guy. And his accomplice, Dirty Dave, the pirate we interviewed. So funny. I love it. We were doing that press junket for the new pirates as they plus the experience with the live action pirates in the queue. And here comes the pirate interrupting the manager who's talking to us about it, talking to him about watch out for Gunpowder Pete. He's there to steal your loot. And so they do this little sketch. And then I asked the cast member, what's that pirate's name? And he goes, it's Dirty Dave. Just so random.
Right off the top of his head.
Dirty Dave. So there you go. So now you know the male pirate there is Dirty Dave. But they have a mixture of scallywags there.
Yes, they do.
Take your wallet. So be careful.
We also checked out the Mad Tea Party. They added to that a crazier soundtrack than you usually hear. So it's a little bit more mad.
It's funky.
And a special light show with it too. So the lights change around and stuff different than what you normally experience. And that was fun. We did ride that as well. I did take some video footage of it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the video footage is amazing there, dining at Disney there on your Facebook page. I think the great thing about that is the lighting is automated. So I hate to say it looks like a rave, but the lighting is choreographed with the music. So these smart lights go down and they twirl about, and they're super bright, nice LEDs. And it just gives it just a really nice look, especially at night when this is going to take place. It looks very cosmic. It looks like a Mad Tea Party.
Yes, it does.
That new wacky soundtrack, and they have 2 different tracks that they go back and forth and use. I think it's great because it's all original music, and I'm a musician. I love the music.
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's different.
And speaking of music,
there's Kate, her crazy cat.
Speaking of music, it does look that way. Speaking of music, Space Mountain also was another attraction that they switched up a little bit for the party. It's completely in the dark. I mean, there is no lighting whatsoever, so you can't even tell where the track's going. Mm-hmm. The little tunnel that you normally go through when it's like and it's got the little lights that flash like you're like getting shot into space. No lighting there either.
Nope. No lights in the wormhole, no lights where you would normally expect it, no shooting stars, no comets, no planetary Milky Way galaxy floating around, nothing.
And they added a rockin' soundtrack for it too.
Also original music. This is not the same soundtrack that you would find there at Disneyland for their overlay, which is the Haunted or the Ghost Galaxy at Space Mountain. So it's not Ghost Galaxy. It's completely new, and it's nice and rocking. So I liked it. It was a different experience. I would have liked to have Halloween overlay laser lights and all kinds of really cool things there, but
I think it needs some like flying ghosts and pumpkins and I don't know.
If you're out in space, it might be a little bit different. Flying pumpkins in space.
Why not?
Kind of weird. Flying pumpkins in space.
Hey, you never know what you're gonna find in space. Just ask Star-Lord. He'll tell you.
Okay, all right. He knows all about it. We'll have an intergalactic dance-off. Dark. So
speaking of dance-off, mm-hmm. They do have dance parties that take place there.
Yes. Be on the lookout for Doc McStuffins and her friends.
Yes. And at Storybook Circus, if you head over there, they have the Storybook Circus Disney Junior Jam, and that's from 7 to midnight, the entire length of the party. And you'll have some of your favorite Disney Junior characters, mm-hmm. like you mentioned, Doc McStuffins.
That's right. And you'll also be able to see Monsters, Inc. as well, because Mike Wazowski is going to be hosting his little dance party, rolling around with the monsters from Monsters, Inc. And who knows, maybe Sully will get in the action too. I hear he's not much of a dancer, but he tries.
That'd be interesting.
I guess that would be... I guess it would be more of a Monsters Ball.
Ba-dum-bum.
I'll be here all week.
Where's the drum roll? Of course, from previous years, you have the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. Spelltacular. I always want to say spectacular. Spelltacular.
It's a great show.
Mickey's Boo-to-You Halloween Parade.
It's my all-time favorite. I love that parade.
You have the Happy Hallowishes fireworks.
Once again, just a very special experience you can only get at this hard ticket event. If we hadn't mentioned it, it is a hard ticket event.
You have special character interactions as well.
One thing we love is going to the park during this time, during the Halloween party, and watching the characters and the villains just wander around the park, acting all carefree, interacting with guests. Tweedledee, Tweedledum, Queen of Hearts is there. And the Queen of Hearts is great because all she does is just criticize people as they stand in line. And she just says, kiss the ring. And if you don't kiss the ring, she stands there and waits until you do it. And we saw Cruella de Vil walking around in her hot jacket, acting crazy. Typically, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs will make an appearance. It's very rare that all seven dwarfs come out for that. You get to see the wacky Tarzan and Jane, and this is what gets me. You're at Disney. You're at the hard ticket event, and you see people walking by going, who are those characters? Tarzan and Jane? Really? Right outside of the treehouse.
I don't know.
Tarzan and Jane. Unbelievable. But nonetheless, they're out there. Get your picture taken with them. Jack Skellington and Sally also there as well. They just started bringing them in maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
Years back. So that's also a great photo op if you can get it. And of course, you get the Fab Five will be around as well. So you get to check out those characters, and it's always a lot of fun. So,
well, before we get into what everybody wants to know about, the food and drink.
That's right.
I want to mention one other thing. Adults can dress up. The whole family can dress up. The one thing is adults cannot wear a mask. So you can't hide your face in the park.
You can paint your face.
You can paint your face. You just can't hide it with a mask.
So no Stormtroopers, no Darth Vader, no Iron Man masks, no Black Panther masks. Sorry.
That's true.
And also keep in mind for cosplay too, if you happen to, you can use a fake lightsaber, of course, but you can't bring those blaster guns in. Sorry. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So no water pistols, no fake guns of any kind. Just leave them at home, folks. Even those fake pirate guns, don't do it.
Bring your pirate sword instead.
Bring your pirate's fake sword instead. Yes. Fake sword.
Well, one of the things having to do with costumes that we got to check out that's pretty new to Disney, and it is the character couture packages. So for all of us growing up that can't take part in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, we now have something that we can do. Actually, everybody can do this.
That's right.
It's for children of all ages, from 9 to 99.
That's right. So this type of makeup, makeover / hair can be done at several of the Disney resorts.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen, you have the number that people can call, right?
Let me see where that number is on here.
Because it's in the full service spas at the Grand Floridian. And you also have the full service spa at Saratoga Springs as well. And it is available daily.
It's also available at Wilderness Lodge, Animal Kingdom, Coronado Springs, and Yacht and Beach Club.
There you go.
The cool thing is there's 3 different types of things you can do, and it's all Disney inspired. So whatever your favorite character is, whether it's a villain, it is a Disney princess, it's a pirate, or you want to be the Cheshire Cat or Bambi.
Or Black Widow from Marvel.
They will do Disney-inspired hair, makeup, and nails, depending on which package you choose to go with. So I think that's pretty cool. And that is definitely on my to-do list. I just have to think about what I would want to do.
Yeah, definitely. And prices will vary. So,
and it's cool because we got to see somebody who is getting done like Maleficent. She had really cool makeup, and they did some ribbon in her hair, so it looked like she had the horns. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, it's a very good production. So definitely check that out. And we were told too that because of the Florida heat and all of the sweat and things that they try to use makeup that does last a good long time.
And hair products as well.
Products that do stay in place and try to
humidity resistant.
Yes.
Yes.
So that way everyone can look good. And of course, you still have the Pirates makeover sessions that they do in Magic Kingdom and the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in 2 locations. We suggest that you use Kristen's Amazon link, because if you do that, you can get your costumes and makeup supplies in advance and take them with you. So you save a little bit of dough. But then when you get there, if you want to have some of the other makeup done,
how are you going to save any dough?
By getting the costumes. When you get the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and you want to dress up like a princess, you might as well get the princess costume from our Amazon link.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm. You save a little bit of dough there, but then you can get made over as a family there at the spa, which is nice.
You could do that.
That's my tip.
That's not my tip. That's his tip. Okay. On to the delicious Disney food discussion.
Mm-hmm. Why you're here.
Okay. So let's start talking about the candy that you can get, because this is in, trick-or-treating is part of the experience. It's included in the cost of your hard ticket. So your locations, there's 14 of them. You have Market Street, which is located on Main Street, USA. Pirates of the Caribbean and Jungle Cruise in Adventureland. Splash Mountain, the Tom Sawyer Island Dock, and Country Bear Jamboree in Frontierland. Columbia Harbor House and Liberty Square. Mickey's PhilharMagic, Ariel's Grotto, Pinocchio Village House, Walt Disney World Railway Station. Those are in Fantasyland. And Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Cosmic Race Starlight Cafe, and Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress in Tomorrowland. So these are a look at the treats that we got. We got an entire bag. So you do get a bag when you enter the park. This year, it's got Incredibles 2 on one side, and on the other, Ralph Rex. Yeah, thank you. I just stumbled
Rex, the internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2. So that's what it has. And since the event is also brought to you by M&M Mars, guess what, Kristen?
You get delicious candy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a look at what you get.
What you can get.
Yes, this is what we got. Starburst. You got the original as well as the Flavor Reds. And then if you like Lifesavers, you have a package of gummies, the 5 flavors.
I like that. Never seen that before.
Or one of the big ring gummies.
Mm-hmm.
You got those. I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to be eating that one. Mm-hmm. Snickers, you get 2 different kinds that actually 3. You have the Crisper, my favorite. Peanut butter. I love peanut butter. And
then have the regular
you get the little regular ones.
Little bite size.
They're cute. Mm-hmm. And they got the letter on it. I got the letter R.
They're fun size.
Speaking of fun size, we have more fun size treats. Okay. Twix Minis. And this one, for those of you wondering, is from the Left Twix Factory.
Oh, okay. So it actually has it printed there.
It does say. It says Left.
That's crazy.
Milky Way Minis as well as the fun size. So you got those.
Man, that's a good haul right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dove Milk Chocolate.
That's for me because you like dark chocolate.
That's true. 4 different kinds of M&Ms.
Yeah.
They're the fun size packs. You have the milk chocolate, peanut, which those are all you, Aljon, because I don't like peanuts. But I do like peanut butter, so these will be mine. Mm-hmm. As well as caramel. And then for Skittles lovers, we ended up getting the original, the sour, and wild berry, which is one of my favorites. I love wild berry.
Now be sure, folks, when you're offered the bag, take the bag. You're going to go to these stations. They're going to load you up. They're very generous. We had one cast member that was a little skimpy. They could have given out more. I mean, come on. You have a whole vat of candy that to get it, throw in someone's bag. Just go ahead and just throw it all in there. So load up while you can. It's a lot of fun. And also go to the dance party afterwards because your kids will want to, get tired and dance to their heart's content. So they can work off all that sugar. Now, for those of you that have allergies, like if you're not a gluten person, or if you're a sugar-free person, or what other allergies are there? Peanut allergies, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to Town Hall.
Sugar-free?
Liberty Square.
Well, they have, if you ask a cast member, they will give you a teal treat bag. You can also visit a allergy-friendly center, and those centers are what you were talking about.
Yes, at Town Square on Main Street, Liberty Square at the ticket office. So be sure to go to those places because there was a time when I was doing the no sugar thing, and they hooked me up with a bunch of sugar-free treats, which was great. So they've just filled it up. So that's really nice that they offer that. So now we've talked a little bit about the treats. Let's talk more about the food, shall we?
Yes, let's do so.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff there about the food. Now, at the press event, there was a station, just like there was for the merchandise, where you get to see all of the treats. And since it was a press event and people were taking pictures, you got to see them in their, I guess, photography state, which was non-edible. But good news is that they did give us a sample, and you could purchase those things around the park as well, which I was very grateful for. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. So, Kristen, you just put or you're putting a guide up there of some of the really cool things that you can pick up there at the park. So, one thing that we did taste was very apropos because of your costume.
Yes, it was perfect.
What is it?
It is the Not So Poison Apple Cupcake.
Well,
and it is huge.
Yes. It's massive. It's like the size of 2 cupcakes.
It is. It's twice the size of a normal cupcake. I can even pull up on my phone, I think, the picture of me holding one.
So this thing is a sugary dream.
Yes.
It really is, because it looks like a poison apple on top. And there she is. So you can check that out.
It's a big.
If we're going to do this, we should have just done that with the merch too. If we're just going to pull it up. But take a look at that. So the poison apple is there. It's kind of got that spiced apple flavor. And it has, I guess, some cinnamon. I guess candied cinnamon.
It also has pecan crunch.
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Pecan crunch on it.
And then the frosting is buttercream.
Yeah. Oh, it was very good. Now, I suggest that you might want to share it. Some of you may not. But if you have the whole thing, be prepared because you will be on a sugar high the rest of the night.
Yes, you will.
Now, something that you and I both like are those ooey gooey cinnamon rolls.
Yes, those are always good.
So this particular one has got the Halloween makeover with a bunch of orange glaze over the top and a chocolate spider web. And
it's Mickey shaped.
It is Mickey shaped. Of course it's Mickey shaped. You expect anything less. Now for me, I'm a big fan of cheesecake. And the Main Street Bakery has got a Mickey pumpkin or chocolate Mickey pumpkin atop a pumpkin cheesecake with a Mickey Mouse head on it. So, and
it is gluten friendly.
Okay.
It is a vanilla pecan cake, and it has a caramel glaze.
That just looks good. So yummy. Now, the Mini Witch Brownie is available at Casey's Corner. So, if you wanted a white chocolate brownie, this would be the one for you. So, yeah, it looks good. It's got a picture of a Minnie Mouse on it. So, there you go. Now, here's something that we liked a lot.
It is the Hades Nachos.
That's It's one of your favorite characters.
And this is only available during the party. This is from Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. It is black bean nachos. They're black nachos topped with plenty of ooey gooey cheese and spicy buffalo chicken.
Spicy.
Right up Hades' alley.
Got a little bit of spice. Now, it's served in one of those boats that you would normally get your condiments in. So it's yummy. But man, I could have at least had 2 of those just by myself. It was that good. Very good. Now, for those of you that like digging around the dirt, like a worm, you get worm and dirt. That's a pretty stable treat that people love serving. And you can get that at Pecos Bill's as well. Gummy Worms there in the old dirt chocolate pudding concoction there with a little Master Gracie headstone, courtesy of your friends there at the Haunted Mansion. They say, we have a little tasty treat for you, but we're going to make it a little Halloween-y and put a little gravestone on it. So.
And this dessert is also gluten-friendly. However, this, not so much. It is, if you go over to Cider House, which is technically the Golden Oak Outpost, it has apple cider. You can also get a warm caramel stuffed pretzel.
Oh, that's what we needed to get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And one of my favorite things, cinnamon donuts.
Yes, donut holes. I love it. Now, for those of you that like sundaes, we have here Zero. Zero himself has got himself, which is Jack Skellington's dog, from Nightmare Before Christmas, has got a little Sleepy Hollow treat. So there in Sleepy Hollow, you get the Zero sundae. So you get a little bit of soft serve there with the 2 Zero
pumpkin waffles.
Pumpkin waffles, which are nice because it's imprinted in the waffle. Got little caramel drizzles and some little sprinkles in there for that festive look, and that's always fun. Now, I like ice cream like the next guy, but this one I think would have to take the cake, even though it's kind of cakey, right?
This?
Yeah.
It is cake.
Yeah, go for it.
This is the Jack Skellington Cake Pushpop, available also at Sleepy Hollow, only during party nights. Mm-hmm. So on top of the Pushpop, you have Jack Skellington. He's chocolate. Yes, he's delicious looking. And this is layers of chocolate cake, vanilla cream, white chocolate, and dark chocolate crispy pearls. On top with Jack Skellington as dark chocolate curls.
Man, I have to give my applause, my props to the food department, man. They always are having the coolest treats for these holiday seasons, and especially Halloween, man. These are so yummy. Now, keeping up with the Haunted Mansion, you have Madame Leota's dessert, which is only available on party nights at Liberty Square. And she's having a ball because Madame Leota's little crystal ball head is affixed to the top of this vanilla tart. It's got toasted marshmallow pastry topped with crispy pearl chocolate and a handy hard candy ganache.
Garnish.
Oh, is it garnish? Oh, it says garnish. I thought it was ganache in there. I can't read it. So sorry about that. Oh yeah, that looks yummy too. And I think you like this one.
I do. This one is cute.
I wish we got this one.
It is Hitchhiking Ghost dessert, available at Aloha Isle, only on party nights. For those of you Haunted Mansion fans, of course, you're going to want to get this. It is a Doom Buggy inspired cream puff. And it is filled with cookies and cream mousse and topped with chocolate piece that features the Hitchhiking Ghost. So it looks like the Hitchhiking Ghost. It even has like the little bar in front of the ghost and a Doom Buggy.
How awesome is that? Just as awesome as that is Oogie Boogie. Our favorite, Oogie Boogie, has got a little meringue gelatin action with some gummy worms served in a little bit of a shot glass there. You can find that at Gaston's Tavern. Pomegranate, cherry, um, jello. It's got the gummy worms in there with the dark meringue. And once again, gluten friendly. So a lot of gluten friendly options. I wouldn't say gluten free, but gluten friendly options.
Yes.
Yeah,
which is always good.
There's a difference. There's a little bit of gluten in there. Sorry to say.
Is there?
Yeah, it says gluten friendly.
Yeah.
It's not gluten free. Otherwise, I would say gluten free.
Are you sure? No, you're not sure.
Okay. Otherwise, I would say gluten free.
No. Disney often uses the term gluten friendly.
Oh, okay. So then it means gluten free.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
So, Maleficent, she has her own dessert as well.
Okay.
Storybook Treats, if you head over there, they take a black waffle cone and put lime soft serve in it.
Ooh.
On top are purple sugar sprinkles and her chocolate horns.
Man, what are they going to think of next?
I know what they're going to think of next.
Is a candy corn ice cream at Auntie Gravity's. You can find that there, little swirl there, candy corn swirl, looks great. So there's a little orange, little white there. Now here's another thing that I liked a lot. Kristen wanted to.
And unfortunately, we never made it over there to get it.
No, but go ahead.
It is the candy corn milkshake.
Also at Auntie Gravity's. Over there, Tomorrowland.
And the best part is this thing is topped with one of my favorite sweet treats, cotton candy.
Right. So this candy corn milkshake looks great. It's got a nice straw there and
a giant
Mickey Mouse head marshmallow.
Yep.
Oh, looks great. Now here's something that we saw there at Cosmic Rays. And you know me, I'm a burger guy. But you can get this Munster Smash burger with a...
This is also, again, only available on party nights.
Sriracha roll, bacon, cheeseburger with tots and special sauce. And that special sauce is a sriracha-based aioli. So that's kind of like a little mayonnaise, sriracha mayonnaise. That looks great.
Okay,
and
so
here's
this...
the heartbreaking part. Are you ready?
There's two things with this.
Yes.
There are Halloween popcorn buckets available. In addition to, and they're like the normal shaped buckets, but they also have a specialty bucket. And it is Oogie Boogie. And unfortunately, by the time we saw somebody with one and went to try and find them, we could not track down one anywhere.
This is true.
So I had a very sad face about that. I was very disappointed that after visiting 4 different popcorn carts, not one of them had Mr. Oogie Boogie for me.
Yeah, because the specialty popcorn buckets, we know they go quick. We know they go quick. But boy, did they go quick. And they look super cool. So if you're out there, fans, you want to help out this show, feel free to grab an extra Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket for us. We'd appreciate that.
For me?
Yes.
That way I can add it to my collection.
Yes.
Of cool food-related merchandise that I have.
Exactly. Well, if you missed any one of those details, guess what? They have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party guide for you as well for this event. So be sure you pick up the Times Guide. Be sure you pick up the guide because that is your guide to fun. And I would suggest that you listen to the show again. You check out the guide online. You check out the Disney Parks blog. You check out diningatdisney.com for all of this info because you want to plan your night in advance. And because it is a hard ticket event, the tickets might sell out like it did that night.
Yes, it was sold out.
This is a very popular event. People plan their vacations around this event. So you want to make sure that you get your tickets And the prices for the tickets are variable. So
they start at $85.
mhm,
They go up from there. And of course, it depends on how close you are getting to Halloween. The closer to Halloween, the prices go up more because, of course,
supply and demand.
yep, people really want to go to those dates. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on Halloween?
I know I would love that. I would love that so much.
And this does take place on select nights now through Halloween, which is October 31st.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So please check that out and seek out that information. Another thing we neglected to say is that Cadaver Dans are out there singing songs and remixes of songs. So you want to check that out as well. So there's just so much stuff you can get into for this event. So I say you do that. And Kristen, what else did you have to say about it? Did you like it? Did you
Of
enjoy
course, I love it. I love Halloween, so I always like going to the party. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I give it a thumbs up. Mm-hmm. So you should check it out. It's something that you should do at least once. Try it. You're probably going to love it. And whatever you do, the tickets are rain or shine. And they will move character experiences and different things around. So just prepare yourself. Make sure that you bring your ponchos and your umbrellas in the event that rain does happen. And hopefully it'll be quick and you can get back to having fun in the park. Anything else you want to add?
Yes, for those that are listening to this in the podcast form instead of watching it on YouTube, following this, you will get the interviews that we were able to get while we were out there. So you'll hear from Disney chefs, as well as Brandon, who's a Walt Disney World ambassador, and Stephen Miller as well, talking about merchandise. So we will have all of that and more for you following the video.
Okay. Well, good.
Aljon, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Well, you can find me on WDW Tiki Room. That is a show on Sorcerer Radio, as well as on-demand podcasts. And you can check that out on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, into the TuneIn app, as well as Google Podcasts. Yes. And you can also find us WDW Tiki Room on Facebook, as well as Twitter. And you can follow me if you want to check out music and Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars related posts there at Instagram at AljonGo, ALJONGO.
And as far as myself and Bubba, you can follow us on Dining at Disney on social media. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, of course, YouTube, all those places that you want to be. And then you can also check out the Dining at Disney website, diningatdisney.com. If you have any questions, comments, a show topic you would like to hear about, make sure to email us at podcast@diningatdisney.com. Hopefully very soon we will have Bubba back on the show again. There's just so much going on. We do have the next podcast will be with WDW Park Hopper John. He is going to be talking about the Magical Dining Month going on the menu at Ravello. He got a sneak peek of that, as well as Tony Casanova, both from Disney Parks Podcast.
They're just so lucky to be local.
They get to go in my place.
Those lucky duckies.
So, yes.
Well, thanks for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, until next time, I'm Kristen.
What
are you doing?
Interrupting your clothes.
Apparently so. Until next time, bon appetit.